Hey, it's 7 Grains of Salt. Well, there's been an update from the WHO, the World Health Organization. Let's take a look at a few things and then I'm going to show you the video. Virus spreads easier in crowded environments. As cornholio accelerates very fast, it decelerates much slower. The way down is much slower than the way up, is how he said it. Control measures must be lifted slowly and with control, and it cannot happen all at once. Well, he goes on to say that control measures can be lifted if the right public measures are in place, including significant capacity for contact tracing. That's right, he said it. I'll show you. Must not be at the expense of human rights, he goes on later to say. But he says tomorrow the WHO will be publishing updated strategic advice. So the 6 criterias for lifting the restrictions are: transmission is controlled, health system capacities are in place to detect and isolate and treat every case and trace every contact. Are you hearing number 2? They want to trace every contact. Outbreak risks are minimized in special settings like health facilities and nursing homes. Preventive measures are in place in work, places, schools, and other places where that is essential for people to go. Important risks can be managed, and communities are fully educated and engaged and empowered in the new norm. Let's take a listen.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Some countries and communities have now endured several weeks of social and economic restrictions. Some countries are considering when they can lift these restrictions. Others are considering whether and when to introduce them. In both cases, these decisions must be based first and foremost on protecting human health and guided by what we know about the virus and how it behaves. It spreads fast. We know that COVID-19 spreads fast, and we know that it's deadly, 10 times deadlier than the 2009 flu pandemic. We know that the virus can spread more easily in crowded environments like nursing homes. We know that early case finding, testing, isolating, caring for every case, and tracing every contact is essential for stopping transmission. We know that in some countries, cases are doubling every 3 to 4 days. However, while COVID-19 accelerates very fast, it decelerates much more slowly. In other words, the way down is much slower than the way up. That means control measures must be lifted slowly and with control. It cannot happen all at once. Control measures can only be lifted if the right public health measures are in place, including significant capacity for contact tracing. But while some countries are considering how to ease restrictions, others are considering whether to introduce them, especially many low and middle-income countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Control measures can only be lifted if the right public health measures are in place, including significant capacity for contact tracing. Significant capacity for contact tracing. We also call on all countries to ensure that where stay-at-home measures are used, they must not be at the expense of human rights. Each government must assess their situation while protecting all their citizens and especially the most vulnerable. WHO will tomorrow be publishing its updated strategic advice. The new strategy summarizes what we have learned and charts the way forward. It includes 6 criteria for countries as they consider lifting restrictions. First, that transmission is controlled. Second, that health system capacities are in place to detect, test, isolate, and treat every case and trace every contact. Third, that outbreak risks are minimized in special settings like health facilities and nursing homes. Fourth, that preventive measures are in place in workplaces, schools, and other places where it's essential for people to go. Fifth, that importation risks can be managed. And sixth, that communities are fully educated, engaged, and empowered to adjust to the new norm. As the pandemic has spread, its public health and socio-economic impacts have been profound and have disproportionately affected the vulnerable. Many populations have already experienced a lack of access to routine, essential health services. Our global connectedness means the risk of reintroduction and resurgence of the disease will continue. Ultimately, the development and delivery of a safe and effective vaccine will be needed to fully interrupt transmission. Finally, I would like to thank the United Kingdom for its generous contribution of £200,000 to the global response to COVID-19. And I would appreciate also the Prime Minister for his leadership and generosity. First of all, correction, the generous support from the United Kingdom is £200 million. And I'm glad also that the Prime Minister has recovered and is back home. And we wish him well. And I would like to appreciate him and his government and the people of United Kingdom for their generosity.
Well, he clearly said global solidarity is needed and that we need to work together. It's our only option. Well, you can listen to the whole thing if you'd like, but he said also safe and effective vaccine will be needed to interrupt this transmission. Well, we already know, if you just watched my last video, what Bill Gates is up to, and all I can say is say no to any vaccine. It's not only gonna harm your body, but it also could have some more implications. I don't know, just please do not accept any vaccine. And I'm going to use their own language and their own work. And I'm going to say, you are invading my privacy, and I will not allow this, and I will not allow them to follow and trace me. I mean, they already have with my phones, but no more. And not everyone can come into heaven. Not everyone will accept Jesus Christ. Wherever they're going, I do not want to go. I suggest waking up and think outside of this virus box and think for yourself what is going on. Wake up and pray. Pray up. Wake up and pray up. And please repent now and accept Jesus today if you do not have him and accepted him in your heart. Because this chaos it's here. Seek the truth in everything. And stay safe, vigilant, God bless. I'll add all the links below. Enjoy your evening.